Welcome back to another weekly GMBN Tech Show. Quite cool to be back here. Been away for a couple of weeks actually. Thanks for helming the show for us. Coming up on the show this week, there's some cool new shoes from City. A bit of a mullet bike, I think, isn't it? You could say that, from Alchemy. Another new Yeti, and loads more cool stuff from you guys. Alright, straight into news. First up in news is this new Alchemy bike. So it wasn't too long ago, we just saw one of their new 29ers, and now they've got the 975, is that correct?
Yes, they have indeed. So it's actually factory set as a mullet bike.
Right, okay, so they haven't just converted it, it's a proper bike like
this.
Well,
this is it. I think it was derived from their 29er, and they fitted a different linkage.
Ah, yeah, okay, that would figure, yep.
My theory on it being, and it's when bike companies do this, and it might be an unfair thing to say, but you know when Halloween party, everyone's made the effort and there's one person that hasn't, and then they go, I'm an undercover policeman. Oof. And you're like, come on now. Come on now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure it's a great bike, but I'd much rather see, I don't really believe this kind of happy coincidence thing. If we just do this and we do this. We saw in bikes were going to 650 from 26.
Yeah.
And I'd much rather see and have a lot more faith in a product that's built all the way through.
I 100% get you, but I also think it's playing devil's avocado, as you say.
Go on.
It's a small enough company that they can make quick changes, and Cody Kelly, I mean, you see the way he rides back wheel the whole time, seemingly. Yeah. He's got to have something to do with that, so he's probably said, like, okay, I think we should make one of these.
Yeah, and I think it's pretty cool as well, like, they've taken a whole degree off the head angle. Yeah. To give it to a much more kind of...
bit more aggressive.
Yeah. I did notice, I do find perhaps there is some sort of residue from a more contemporary design when Alchemy were maybe keeping things a bit more sensible.
Yeah, okay.
Just in that the seat tube is longer than the reach.
Fairly uncommon these days.
Seems quite uncommon.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's a great bike. I think the quality on it's probably going to be very, very good.
I mean, that sort of stuff that doesn't bother me on the taller side of things, but I'm sure if someone wants to size up or whatever, it's going to be a bit of an issue.
Yeah, totally.
But, and people do get carried away though. I think at the same time, is it long, is it low, is it slack? You're like, do you need it to be that long, low and slack?
That's true. And if it's a fun bike to ride, sometimes the numbers don't breathe the full story, so I would reserve judgment until it actually really...
But I mean, looking at it, like I just got to see you got it on your computer there, it looks amazing, I think. It's a nice looking bike, so it's got the same sort of system on the back as it had before, carbon construction, a pretty nice looking bikes, I think.
Yeah, it does look great, and it like you said about being a small company, they do have that ability to pivot and just be like, actually, we're going to
just do this
and this.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
I think that is cool.
You don't see that too much certainly not in a high-end bike like that.
Yes,
you might see it a lot on alloy bikes, but to do that with high-end carbon bike, that's super nice.
Yeah, and speaking of high-end carbon bikes, the new Yeti, it seems like a new Yeti's coming out every other week at the moment.
It is new Yeti year, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a lot of them.
And there's the SB140, the SB150.
Yeah, that 165.
The 165. And this looks like an incredible bike. So a burly 114mm bike travelled.
So 140, 160 is this one?
160mm.
So that's a bit of a cool formula, all right.
Yeah, that's what I've ridden bikes like that in the past, and they just seem to bridge that gap between punchy and efficient. But also, if you want to just open up the taps a little bit, they'll thank you for it.
It looks like the back end looks really sturdy on it as well. Like it looks like a meaty short travel bike. It doesn't look like just a short travel bike.
But it seems they're plugging all the gaps. When we're going to get the downhill bike? I know you can put the 40s on that, bike that Yeti.
Not the same though as an out downhill bike, is it?
Yeah, but I reckon that Switch Infinity.
Well, there's the colours thing to deal with as well. There's kind of that rusty orange. It does look cool, I think.
You're a fan of the teal, eh? The teal is real.
Yeti blue is like, I feel like if I ever owned a Yeti, it would have to be Yeti blue. On principle alone.
Yeah, they did that one that looks absolutely incredible. I don't know if they just left the primer and were happy with it.
I agree, it does look good.
It looks really good.
But it's not Yeti though, is it, without the blue?
Yeah, but a couple of years ago, I think Yeti they've kind of really streamlined what they're offering. Yeah. And the bikes now seem just so much more robust. I think they really help with the stiffness you can get from kind of a one-piece carbon rear end.
Yeah.
And everything is, remember that, was it when the SB66 came out and had that huge bearing?
Yeah, the rotational system.
Yeah, and it was very clever.
Yeah.
But you wondered how robust it was.
They're good. They're constantly refining stuff, and it seems to work. Definitely, a lot of people love them out there.
And it's got a water bottle mount.
It's got a water bottle mount. I want to know though, on a non-tech basis, you guys out there, what colour would you have out of the three colours? Would you stick for the original Yeti blue turquoise, whatever we're going to call that today, or would you go for one of the other two choices? Let us know which of the three you would have in those comments underneath.
So we've had mullet bikes, which Baggio himself would be proud of. So keeping the Italian theme, we go into the Cidi shoes. And Cidi are a huge player in road cycling.
Yeah,
they're very much dabbling cross country.
Well,
yeah,
for many years.
Yeah, and now this is quite an aggressive, gravity-orientated shoe.
Yeah,
what do you think of it?
It looks a bit like a flat pedal shoe from the side, but I see it's got a cleat recess.
Yes.
On the underneath, so that's kind of interesting. I think it looks quite good. I'm not too sure about the sort of the spoiler sort of look about the like the inner sock or the heel at the back, but I think it's a smart looking shoe from Cidi, I've got to say. I've had like Dragons, Dominators, Technos, I've had all sorts many years back, and they're very different to this. This is a bit more of a departure.
Yes.
Something a bit more modern and contemporary. I think it looks good.
Yeah, I think it's a very, sometimes the sort of European brands, they have a slightly different approach, less street styled than some other brands, but oftenly very functional.
Yeah, so it's a Vibram sole, isn't it?
Yeah.
On there. Which one is it? Is it a Mega Grip? I think it's, we've got various different compounds on there.
Yeah,
but I think it is the Mega Grip on there, which is like, for Vibram, it's insanely grippy actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's got a good feel. But you said like they're aiming at flat sand clips, which I find quite strange.
Yeah, normally, I don't know about you, but I find that whichever pedal system you run isn't just a case of interface, but also sole stiffness.
Absolutely. Too stiff on a flat pedal shoe, you're not going to be able to get that purchase.
Yeah, and similarly, if you're monkey gripping around a cleat, it's actually quite uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, for sure, you get cramps in long term,
So it'd be interesting to see, but I think if anyone can perform off that kind of witchcraft with a shoe, it'd probably be Cidi. They do really
just
know
something.
that stuff.
I don't know if they're doing it or not, but when I saw the Giant shoes out to
they were cool.
They had a tunable system with the sole to make them stiffer and softer by changing the insoles in them, which I thought was an amazing idea. So you could have a flat pedal shoe that's stiff if you want the pedaling efficiency, or monkey feet style if you want a proper dirt jump. Cool. The feel on the pedal, with the same shoe. I'm wondering if there could be anything tucked away in them. They quite like their techno stuff, the Italians, don't they?
Pretty cool, that.
Yeah, nice stuff from Cidi. There's also some new helmets on the horizon there. So you've got some from O'Neill and also Met. Let's have a look at the O'Neill first. This is it on your screen right now. It's got quite a meaty peak going on, but the helmet actually looks pretty good, I think.
It really does, eh?
Yeah. It looks like you can put the peak quite high up. You could possibly slide some goggles in under there. Wouldn't look too crazy. But the Met, I'll tell you what, that's a good looking helmet.
It is a good looking helmet. It seems to be a evolution of they had the Rome.
Yeah.
And so this seems
popular helmet, that.
Popular helmet, slightly better ventilated. It's also got really neat sunglass storage now.
That is something that a lot of people are looking for suddenly, isn't it?
Yeah, and it helps. It really does.
I've always stuck mine in the back of my helmets.
Yeah.
But I know that Oakley have got that system for pronging them out the front.
Yeah, and the new 100% helmet has something similar. But no, it looks really cool, and I think Met just seem to be just on the rise of putting out. I'm sure they've always been very good functionally, but like really cool, fashionable looking sort of helmets, and I think it's a continuation of that. Yeah,
for sure. You could have said like once upon a time they had a face only a mother could love, but but they've definitely got really cool.
They have really cool.
Like that parachute helmet back in the day, it was a really functional helmet, but wasn't really the best looking thing. And the more modern versions look fantastic. It was like a full-on full-face helmet. Good stuff. They pass all the usual safety standards, and good to have more options out there with more coverage and increased ventilation. Can't be a bad thing.
So next in the news, we have a new drop a seat post from PNW, which is slightly kind of perhaps not what the mass market's demanding, in that it's a drop a seat post that also has 40mm of adjustable travel.
I've heard about this. So that's a world first. Yeah, a suspension dropper post.
Yeah, I mean,
that's crazy.
I think people have had suspension dropper posts before, but perhaps not by intention.
Yeah,
but more by dropper posts.
Sometimes with the air swaps, you get a bit of bagginess at the top. Yeah,
but I think it's pretty cool. Maybe not for, like I said, your majority of riders. For people that want to do bits of single track here and there, but perhaps ride a lot of fire roads, that sort of thing.
Oh yeah, you say looking at gravel riders.
Yeah, on a hard
amazing. So you're riding bikes with skinnier tyres, you definitely need some sort of comfort on them.
Yeah, totally. And I think actually it's probably not something I would, think of immediately for my own bikes.
Yeah.
But to give more options for people that do the more adventurous style of riding, imagine like the Tour Divide or something You know, that sort.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
You know, it'd be really
hours. I'd say what Blake could have done with it in a Mega, to be honest. He did the whole thing stood up, and I haven't seen him in bits like that for a long time. Yeah,
imagine all the times that he double ejected and saddle bounced as well. Would have probably been pretty useful.
He destroyed the saddle. Yeah, he was lucky it had really stiff steel rails, because if it was a lighter weight saddle, that would have been off, and he'd have been on the end of that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so he's pretty lucky by all accounts.
But it looks really cool. It's available in a multitude of sizes, internally, externally routed, and from 27.2 to 34.9.
So there's the key, the 27.2. So that is firmly like aiming at gravel guys. So that's really cool actually. So cross country riders can use that too.
Yeah,
a lot of cross country bikes have the skinny 27s.
I'd go even further and say people buy incredibly expensive gravel frames, all these kind of comfort gizmos.
Yeah,
they could probably throw a couple of quid and just bang one of them bad boys in. Job's a good one.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
So now it is the part of the show fueled by your submissions, where we see your bike caves. This is where you work on your bikes, where you keep them, where you tuck them into bed at night, that sort of thing. So we do have an upload up below. Don't be shy. We can't do this stuff without you. So please do get them in. And first of all, we have one from Eric in New Hampshire.
All right, let's have a look at this. It's got a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah, he's got a couple of pretty sorted out bikes, front and centre.
Well, M6 in there, and a demo as well.
The demo with single crown forks.
That's a Travis, isn't
used to run on the big free ride stuff. Pretty cool.
Looking cool. Yeah, it's got those old DTs on the Samuel used to run, the white ones.
Yes.
Tidy. They were especially popular actually, because although they weren't they were made of quite a soft alloy. Mm-hmm. Those ones, so a lot of the pros used to like them for downhill, even though you could wreck them because the alloy, but you never get a puncture.
Yeah.
So they deform slightly. You could bend them back. They're really good.
And you could sometimes see people on soft rims, rim-ding so hard you can see the tube, but it hasn't punctured.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? You see that. Got a lot of stuff on the wall. In fact, it's everywhere. You've got sort of racking on both sides and then sort of an L-shaped workbench in the middle.
Yeah, it's got a lot of stuff. I also noticed you're running the RST, I think they're called the Killer fork. And it's interesting, RST are probably, they might not have that much presence in the aftermarket stuff, but they're a huge, probably one of the biggest fork suppliers in the world, really. And you don't really see enough of those high-end forks about, but it'd be cool to, similar to Suntour.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Huge manufacturer. And they probably make most people's stuff.
Yeah. Good selection of tools up on the back there. Seems to be obeying Martin Ashton's 90-degree theory of making sure it's like good, sort of like a bike cave feng shui, I guess you could call it. Plenty of lubes and stuff. I spotted some WD on the shelf up there.
He's actually got strapping coming down, holding the bikes, which I didn't. They kind of blended in.
Yeah, it was kind of useful, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
You wouldn't want to walk in and just hook your eye out with one, would you? Good setup, like it.
Yeah,
loads of stuff in there. And built the intents from the frame up as well, so that's always great fun building a custom bike.
Yeah, nice.
I love a little stool as well. These ones are great. It's got a little magnetic tool tray on the bottom. Actually genuinely useful for just working on your bike, scooting around. Yeah.
Oh my god, have you seen the office chair racing they do in Japan?
Why have we not done this?
Yeah, that's gnarly, eh? It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think aero gains to be had.
Nice. Alright, who else we got then?
Sweet, so we go from New Hampshire to Greg in North Hampshire.
Oh, I'm OSB lover. Look at all this OSB.
Yeah,
I love it.
Similar vibe.
Good old Sterling board. Makes me feel at home, this stuff. Hi, you featured me in all your other segments over the month, so this would make the full set if you could shoehorn me into the bike cave. Yep, so you finally made it, Greg. Thanks for sending this in. This is awesome. So loads of cool stuff hanging up on the wall. Some old RST forks, plenty of race numbers.
Yeah, I like a collection of number boards. John, my friend John, who's Mick Hanna's mechanic, has been his mechanic for maybe the last 7 years. And Mick's not too fussy about his number boards, so John's collected every single one.
Yeah. And
he's just got like a... And they're all, because what we sometimes don't realise on the camera is similar to these, is that they all kind of have a little personality, and the course designers will try and, put a tone across or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's really kind of, for me anyway, it really evokes the memory when you see a number board.
Oh, for sure.
Because all the branding at the venues like
chances are you've been to somewhere near there or the same venue as well.
Yeah, totally.
And you'll know the feeling. I've just realised your name, Greg Stepaniak. Yeah, mate. I remember meeting you at the Melvins last year. Unfortunately, this year was rained off, so didn't get to meet you again. But awesome that you're still watching the show, and so cool that you're submitting stuff for it. It's looking cool. Got your muck off on there. Got one of those little bike stands that goes in your BB axle.
Super handy.
Yeah, really good. Little pressure washer there too. Quite handy those was actually.
Yeah,
good for travelling with. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not super powerful, but like pretty robust.
Yeah, I noticed some people in the.
Oh, check that out. I'm sorry, just cut you off. Got his super nice up on the wall there.
I've got a free shot as well of Martin in the corner.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
A little sticker detailing on the roof
GMBN, nice.
Oh, I see you've got an air shot too. Useful bits of kit they are.
Yeah, get you out of trouble, eh? Oh, awesome.
Good little space actually.
Yeah,
used it really nicely.
Yeah, used it really well and really light.
Yeah.
I don't like dark, dingy places to work. It kind of stresses me out in a way, you know?
Yeah, you get like SAD, don't you, for working your bike too long.
Yeah.
SAD for both reasons. Lack of light and a lack of bike.
But no, really neat, cool mug. What else is there to say?
Yeah,
solid.
Awesome. Thanks for sending
really
that
nice,
in, Greg. So stoked that you're still watching the show and you're still sending stuff in. So keep them going. See if you can do round 2. And as for everyone else, please continue to keep those submissions coming in. Okay, now it's time for Top Mods. This is all about those little modifications that you guys make to your bikes to make them your own. Make them different to the ones you see in the shops, in the catalogues, and more importantly, different to your mates' bikes. What we got first, Henry?
Well, for those people that know me, they're probably sick to death of me hearing about bottle cages and how to mount water on bike. It seems to be the...
What, you like a bottle cage?
It's come up. It has come. It seems to be the main theme of my life at the moment. I think me and Chris Porter, when we spoke about last week, and spent a good 45 minutes discussing water bottle politics. And did Chris by any chance not care? Yeah. Let's move on. But actually there's a chap here who submitted his Santa Cruz Hightower, and I hope I'm saying it right. I think it's Zay.
Yeah.
Not Z.
Yep.
But I'm sorry if I got it wrong. And he seems equally passionate about the plight of our times. And what he's done is he's kind of, I think I'd constitute a hack, but he's moved his bottle mounts essentially
it's like an adapter plate.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So it kind of lifts it up and off, so then it doesn't rub on the back of his frame.
I guess you probably couldn't even get one in previously with that clearance.
Yeah, super tight. And the tolerance he's working, I mean...
Yeah, there's not a lot of room in there. Now, how do you even get the bottle off? Because you just have to slide it on the mount. So the bottle is a fabric cageless one with the two little plastic bungs.
You probably have to do a full bottom out. And it just... But no, it works. It seems to work pretty well. And yeah, I mean, once you kind of see it without the bottle on, you know, it doesn't look ultra flush or neat.
No, but weirdly it looks really clean with the bottle.
It does look really clean. Yeah, it looks really, really good. And he's got one of those one-up pumps as well, which are such a good little thing, so you can put the multi-tool inside the pump.
Yeah, for sure. So you're carrying everything you need, but less things. Yeah. Nice.
No, really, really good. And he's got his inner tube strapped on the frame, so he's endurified his bike.
Yeah, but totally looks quite clean. I see people, when I was out in the Mega Avalanche, I saw people all sorts of stuff strapped to their bikes.
Yes.
Like literally all sorts of stuff strapped to their bikes.
Yeah, I mean, you saw a pretty interesting down tube protector.
You got to admire the French for a sense of humour. This dude had like a full baguette on his down tube.
I would imagine he's done it completely unironically. He was just,
bread's got good damping properties. It's definitely reckon it would have worked quite well if it was hit. But not too good if you want a trailside snack. I'd imagine it got pretty manky halfway down.
Yeah, it's true.
If it was still there.
Well, I've eaten some French food. It's probably not far different. Joking.
You're not getting invited to France, are you?
Well, if there's a snail hits your down tube, that's bloody... that's an entree.
It's getting worse. Alright, what else we got in? We got any more this week?
No, that's it for this week.
Right, guys, we want to see some more modifications to your bikes. This one from Zay was actually wicked. I think he's from Ohio, I think he said. Really cool, nice little bit of mod in there to get a bottle in the right place. That's the sort of stuff we're talking about, all these tiny little things just to make your bike a bit better for you. Take some pictures, take a video, even better. Tell us about yourself and send them into our uploader. It's right there at the bottom of the screen.
So now in Tech of the Week, in an attempt to repair some EU relations after my completely uncalled for jabbing French cuisine.
It was massively unnecessary, you better do this good, Henry. Yeah.
We have, as always, coming from Europe, the excellent quality and fantastic innovation that I've come to expect.
Tell us all about it. Come on.
So this is from Reverse Components, and it's basically replaces your crown race.
Yeah.
And it lifts up the basically lower part of your head tube.
Ah, okay. So you're putting the fork lower in the head tube, effectively.
Yeah, and then the bearing sits just there.
Yep.
And it basically reduces your head angle by half a degree.
That's quite cool.
So it's not something that's super high tech, but for people that want to experiment with geometry, often it can be quite an expensive thing. These are about €15 a pop, I think.
Oh, that's nothing really, is it? Just to experiment. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. And what I think is really cool, eagle-eyed people would have seen a couple of years ago, a lot of, as people were trying to, enduro racers were trying to get those perhaps less aggressive trail bikes up to scratch. A lot of them were running these. They used to be run, initially Specialized used to run something like this. When they were trying to get their, I think it was get the 650 bike where they wanted it.
Yes, of course. Yeah, I totally remember,
And they're still sometimes seen about on long travel single crown setups. And what I think is really good is if you wanted to maybe go down adjusting your geometry, but perhaps you're not that tech savvy in terms of dismantling your forks to put a different airspeed in.
Yeah.
It's a really cheap way just to try, and I think that's really great.
I completely agree. Although you do have to make sure you've got at least a spacer of that size on the top, I guess, to let it drop down.
Yes.
That's if your steer is cut flush, but most people don't have 2 or 3 spacers to play with. But yeah, you're right. That's a really cool little bit of tech.
Yeah.
So simple, barely even tech at all.
Aye,
it's great. Yeah, reverse components. That. So how much are they? $15 or so?
€15.
That's absolute bargain. Yeah. Check them out.
Really cool.
Well, there we go. There's another weekly GMBN Tech Show in the bag. Any questions or any comments, let us know in those comments sections underneath this video. I'm going to throw you to a set up your suspension in 10 minutes video.
That's good.
I did. super fast, super basic, just for make sure everyone understands those basics.
Yeah, a lot to learn there. I mean, I learned that actually it's not Señor Suntour, it's SR Suntour.
SR Suntour.
Mind blown. I thought it was a person.
Yeah.
But no, really cool, and what a view, eh? And I'm going to throw to Neil, actually, the really cool bike check of Jeff Kabush's Yeti.
Oh, that's a nice bike, that is.
I mean, there's a lot of Yeti love going on.
And it's in the right colour as well.
Yeah, but there we go. But super cool, and a really cool chat with the man himself.
Nice. Yeah, as always, don't forget to give us a thumbs up here at GMBN Tech. Let us know what videos you want us to make, and we'll make them. Chuck it in the comments down there. Click subscribe if you've not already done that, and share around. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.